What's up, everybody? Sorry for the delay. As per usual, we're going to let that beat drop. Oh, baby, you and me. Guys, I just want to let ride. Vibrations. Guys, Tuesday has fast become my favorite part of the week. I am always excited to hop on the live and chat with you guys on the late afternoon show. This is episode 3, 4. Where are we at? Is it episode 4? We had Jeff, we had Kate, we had Rutledge. So we're on episode 4 of the late afternoon show. Guys, if you are joining us, please let me know in the comments where you are joining us from. Just let us know. Yo, Cincinnati, Ohio, London, England, Lagos, Nigeria, wherever you are joining us from on this February 2nd, 2021, let us know. Come on, come on. On the same frequency. Hey, I got ATL in the house. What's up, ATL? What's up, Wayne? Hey, vibrations. Memphis, Tennessee in the house. Man, we got the South represented today. Anybody else? Any West Coast? Any Central Coast? Any East Coast? What's up? What's up? Guys, today is going to be something else, right? Edwards, Colorado. What's up, Colorado? Woo! I am a huge fan of Colorado just because I was in Denver for a little bit. I've never been to Edwards. Kristen, tell me, where is Edwards in relation to Denver? Is it north, south, east, west? Okay, we are in MA. That's Massachusetts. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey. On the same frequency. Sacramento, California. What's up, baby? She is in the house. It's about to be a good vibe today. It's about to be a good vibe today. Sorry about the lateness. As they say, it's show business. I'm going to let this ride out. Vibrations. Wherever you are, if you have room to dance and just vibe with me, just bounce your shoulders like this. Bounce your shoulders like this now. Hey. That's it. That's it. We are in the show. Welcome to episode 4 of season 2 of the late afternoon show. I am Tim Olari. If this is your first time joining us on the late afternoon show, put a number 1. We want to give you a shout out. Put a number 1 in the comments. We want to welcome all of our new family members to the Mr. Meaningful Work community. Put a number 1 in the comments. We are super excited today to be chatting with you. We're going to have to adjust our program a little bit. Like we're going to have to adjust our program a little bit. We have to think, do things on the fly. Hey, we got some first timers here. Christine, what's up? Folks joining us for the first time. The whole idea of the late afternoon show, it kind of came up at the end of last year where it was like, hey, I want to talk to interesting people. I want to get their views on meaningful work, but I want to have fun, right? A lot of these podcasts, no shame to the podcast, but there were just kind of a lot of the same thing. You have the conversation, you have the interview, and it just wasn't really as engaging. So I decided, you know what? When I talk to folks, we're going to have some fun. We're going to play some games. We're going to have some interaction. We're going to record it live so we can get feedback from the audience right away, as opposed to having to post and record and then post and get feedback later. I want feedback right now. So let me know how I am doing on the late afternoon show. I am really excited to get your feedback. So I'm so excited to have new folks coming with us. Today is going to be a little different. All right. We have to be able to adjust. We have to be able to move on the fly. So today I'm going to be vibing with you guys. I actually did something very interesting this afternoon. As I am trying to, this year, I'm really trying to be intentional about understanding the Mr. Meaningful Work market, the audience, the folks that are listening to me, that are engaging with the content. I really want to understand the audience a lot better and make sure that the conversations, the contents, the definitions, all of that stuff is vibing, and I'm not just throwing stuff out and hoping it sticks. So one of the things that I did was I had a conversation on Clubhouse today and just found out from folks, what do you hate about the work that you do? And what do you love about the work that you do? I just want to do some market research. What do you hate about the work that you do? And what do you love about the work that you do? I'm going to be doing that every day for the next 20, how many days are there this month? 28. So for the next 25 days, doing market research and compiling info and data on what people hate about the work that they do and what people love. And hopefully we can get some insights and we can now start shaping meaningfulness and meaningful work to maximize on the things that are great about the work that we do. And what solutions do we have for the work, for the things that we don't really like, that we don't really vibe with. So I'm going to share with you guys what I learned in my listening session today. I don't know if ILIA is here with us. She co-hosted with me. We had some great conversations. We spent an hour with new people that came on Clubhouse. And so I'm going to share, but I also want to hear from you guys. All right. When it comes to that section, I want you guys to tell me in the comments, answering those two questions. And we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it and learn with each other today. But you guys still get to get these jokes. You going to get these jokes. Okay. So whether you like it or not, you're going to get them. Now, normally I try to memorize them so that I can share them with you guys on the spot. But I'm telling you, today has been a crazy day. So I'm going to have to read them off of my show notes. I'm being transparent with you guys. Today was crazy. And so I'm going to read them off my show notes for you today. But you guys heard about the whole Reddit situation, right? The whole Reddit situation and GameStop, a bunch of Reddit users bought a bunch and they drove the value of GameStop through the roof. So there's a little bit of research that you want to go and learn about that whole situation. But, this Reddit crew is looking like they want to cause drama in the stock market. And I don't quite understand it all, but I did hear that GameStop is releasing a new game called Grand Theft Auto, the Wall Street Edition. Man, these investors were mad. These investors were so pissed off that they drove because they were trying to short the stock, and the GameStop and the Reddit folks were like, nah, we're not having it. And they drove it all the way up. So GameStop is coming up with Grand Theft Auto, the Wall Street Edition. That is hilarious. And of course, we got Super Bowl coming up. And Super Bowl, it's not even about the game. Yes, ILIA Francis. Exactly. ILIA Francis. She was my co-host this afternoon, and I think she'll be on there again tomorrow. So if you're on Clubhouse and want to join that conversation, come and check us out. But yeah, Super Bowl is coming up, I think next Sunday. And Anheuser-Busch announces that they will not be doing any beer ads this season. That is big. If Anheuser-Busch is not doing beer ads, something is going on. All right. But Corona is putting a lot into their new Super Bowl ad, Corona beer, and they're really hoping it goes viral. And so their hashtag new coronavirus. So I don't know how well that's going to play out. They are trying to have a viral ad. Corona might need to change their name because that is not a good look. And then finally, in other news, some parents may have heard about this. I have kids. And so we have some Lego sets. And for anybody that has Legos, there is one thing that folks hate the most. I want you to type it in the chat. What do you think is the one thing that folks hate the most about Legos? Put it in the chat. Let me know. But in other news, Lego has announced today that they will be adding bike lanes to their new Lego City. So they're going to have bike lanes in the Lego City sets that will be coming out. The company said that they would have added bike lanes earlier, but that it takes a long time to develop something that will be as painful as possible to step on. Have you guys ever stepped on a Lego? That can literally ruin your entire day. Yes, Chrissy, you got it. Stepping on a Lego, that is what will mess up your entire day. I be wanting to throw the entire set out. You know what? We ain't playing with Legos anymore. That's it. We are throwing that stuff away. So the new bike lane is coming out late because they wanted to make sure they kept up with the brand message of the most painful thing to step on. So they are too small. Sometimes it'd be choking hazards, but it's the foots. Thank you. All of the foots. Legos have no partiality. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're at, but I think they only target adults though. I've never heard of a kid complaining about stepping on a Lego. I think it's only full-grown adults that are subject to that Lego hell. But guys, thank you so much for bearing with my jokes. We always want to keep it light. And so today we're going to do something different. We're going to talk. All right. I was chatting with folks this afternoon on Clubhouse, and we had a room called What I Hate. What I hate about my work and what I love about my work. What I hate about my work and what I love about my work. And I think we had a lot of folks kind of coming through. We never really had a really big room. And to be honest, I much rather appreciate the smaller rooms on Clubhouse. I don't know if folks have experience. There are some rooms that are Elon Musk came on Clubhouse 2 nights ago and folks couldn't get in. It's like you were trying to get into a club and you have to wait for somebody to come out before. It's like, how do you have a fire hazard on a digital platform where you can't let folks into it? It was like there was like 3 rooms with over 5,000 people, and they had to have all these listening rooms. And so it was huge. So sometimes you have really big rooms with really big names, but I love the small rooms. That's really where you start getting a lot of engagement. So we had a small room, ILIA and myself, and we were asking the question, what do you love about your job? What do you hate about your job? And then we're sharing with each other tips and tricks and hacks and solutions for maximizing what we love and finding solutions for the things that we hate. And then compiling all of this over the next 25 days and seeing what themes arise. I really want to take you guys on the journey of my discovery of meaningful work and how you can apply its principles to the work that you do, whether you're an employee, whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are an enthusiast, like Megan said in one of the comments, if you are a gig worker, right? Meaningful work for gig workers. And where do you find value in that? So let me share with you guys some of the things I learned from some of the folks that came in. And if you are still with us on this late afternoon show, normally we have an interview, just giving you an update that we're changing it up a little bit today. It's just me and you guys. We're just vibing today. I'm sharing with you some of the things that I learned in my Clubhouse group this afternoon about what we love, about what the work that we do, and the things that we hate. So as I'm reading this, I want you guys to put in the chat, what is one thing that you hate about the work that you do? You don't have to give any, names of bosses or companies or anything like that. But what is something about your work that you absolutely do not like? Like they say on Family Guy, you know what really grinds my gears? What really grinds your gears at work? Let me know. Let me know. We still talking about dogs stepping on Legos. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you hear that. That's either a dog getting their tail stepped on or stepping on the Legos. So that is what that is. So let me share with you some of the things that I learned. I took notes, guys. I was in the room moderating the room, but I took notes. So we had a real estate agent that came in. All right. We had a real estate agent that came in and we asked him, hey, what do you hate about your work? What do you love about the work? And what he shared is that what he does not like about being a real estate agent is the amount of time that he has to spend. And when you get really good, I think at real estate, you're spending a lot of time with clients, showing a lot of homes, doing all these closings and things like that. So he shared the thing that he doesn't like is that he will be spending, 10, 15 hours, days at a time, and has small time for his family. And so he does not like that. What he loves is the fact that people trust him to put them in a home, right? This is the home that they're going to raise a family, where they're going to, do their work, start a business, what have you, start with investments and things like that. And people trust him. So he loves that aspect of it. But what he absolutely does not like is the amount of time that he has to spend, out on the field. And so we talked about it, right? I shared some feedback on, work-life integration, right? As opposed to trying to balance out and separate the time that you're doing stuff at work and the time that you spend with your family. Some of the things that I've been trying to do, oftentimes not successfully, I will admit, oftentimes not successfully, is integrate, right? How do I integrate my life and my work so that you don't have to have that battle of something winning and something losing? So we shot out some ideas. Some folks shot some ideas. I shared of, sometimes involving my son to be my videographer for my shows, for my posts, or including him in the post, or having my girls, be part of, the late afternoon show or things like that, not shooing them off. If they come through the shed right now, involving them in that. So how do you integrate your work and your life? And it's different for different people. So that was one of the solutions that we shared, for that particular pain point. But obviously maximizing that, hey, your ability to build trust in people that say, hey, I know how to get you into the home that you're going to raise your family in, that you're going to start your business in, that you're going to start your investment life in, all that stuff, that ability to build trust, you can capitalize on that, right? And use those principles in other areas of your life. So that was one thing. Let me know. I want to hear from you guys. What is one thing that you absolutely disdain, right, about the work that you do? It can be anything. It can be spreadsheets. It can be, how far it is, right? It can be, whatever it is, micromanaging, whatever it is. I want to hear from you guys, and let us help each other figure out what can we do to find solutions for those things that we absolutely do not like, and find ways to maximize the things that we do like. Let me share another one with you. So this was from somebody who was, she started some apps, right? So she's had some success in starting some applications and getting them to market. She's been an entrepreneur for about 8 years. And so she's co-founded some companies. The thing that she did not like was her co-founder was not contributing in the same way that she was, right? Her co-founders were not contributing in the way that she was. And it was really starting to rub her the wrong way, to the point where she's actually going to leave the company that she helped co-found, right? It got so bad that she was going to leave the company that she helped co-found. And so, we talked about a little bit, and it was just the inconsistency where she was putting a lot of work in and they were not putting a lot of work, to reciprocate. And so we shared, what are some other situations, whether you're in corporate world, whether you're in kind of startup world, that contribute to that. Later on, we talked about communication. One of my boys, who is out in Pittsburgh, shared that one of the big things that he doesn't like about his role is the fact that there's a lot of miscommunication or bottlenecked communication, or siloed communication, and that gets really annoying because he is in the healthcare field, and that can affect a number of different stakeholders. So we tied that together, the communication piece, and then the girl that was talking about the inconsistency, with the co-founder. And we talked about, what are some solutions for communication? Transparency, being upfront. Which she shared, she shared a very emotionally intelligent situation where she's like, hey, she went to the co-founder and said, you know what? When you do this, when you speak like this, it makes me feel this way. It makes me feel disrespected. It makes me feel undervalued. And so she shared that. She was very transparent. And for anybody that has started a business with a co-founder, co-founding relationships are pretty much like marriage, right? That business is your baby. And you're partnering with somebody to raise and stand this baby up, so you have to kind of think of it that way. So you want to have open and honest communication, which she did. And this person ignored it and just kept on doing what they were doing, right? Being late to meetings, ghosting on meetings, not contributing in the way. And to the point where it's like, you know what, I have shared, I have endured, I've done all these things, I have to leave. However, what she loved about her job, I don't want to leave that part out. What she loved about her job was the fact that she can create the vision for the organization, right? And that vision has impact on a lot of different areas, right? She used to work in a corporate setting as an employee before she started this, and I asked her, would you ever go back and in the comforts of a secure position? And she said no, she wouldn't, right? ILIA was sharing how tough the startup journey is and building a business and how you really have to know your why. And ILIA shared some really, really good insights there. But she said, yeah, I would much rather that than working in, with an organization. And so the impact that she gets to have, the value that she gets to create, the vision that she gets to cast for a company is far outweighs all the comforts of the other things. So before I share with you some of the others, let's see. For me, it's too many meetings. I cannot do another Zoom call. That could be an email. I don't know if you guys saw at the inauguration all the Bernie Sanders memes of him just kind of sitting down with his mittens and his jackets, looking like this inauguration was just part of his to-do list as opposed to his whole day. And so I shared one with him kind of sitting down like that and, saying, and having the caption of it saying, this could have been an email, right? When you're sitting in a meeting, it's like, yo, you could have easily IM'd me or emailed me this. Like, why are we sitting here spending 30 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour talking about something that can be done digitally? But yes, Zoom meetings and having too many meetings. Whoever wrote that, it's not showing me your name here for the too many meetings. Whoever wrote that, what is a solution to an organization that has a culture of a lot of meetings? Like, hey, everything has to be a meeting. Everything has to be a meeting. I understand engagement and FaceTime and discussion and decision and things like that. But what is an alternative to a culture that has a lot of meetings? Because if this is something that is really grinding you, at some point, it's going to be like, you know what? Enough is enough. Or maybe the thing that you love about the job overshadows, the reoccurrence of meetings. So yeah, I would like to hear from you. What are some solutions to that pain point of having too many meetings? I would love to hear your feedback here, and we'll talk about it. Megan is saying, telling another person that what they want is already in the dashboard for which they didn't attend the training. Megan, talk. Oh, Patricia. Oh, okay. Patricia, I can't see your name on here. So Patricia, talk to me about, what are some things that we can do for cultures that are kind of meeting cultures as opposed to, maybe being a little bit more agile with emails or quick IMs or quick solutions. Let's talk about that. But what you're looking for is already in the dashboard for which they didn't attend the training. I am guilty of this. Megan, I am guilty of this. When there is a train the trainer, when there is a corporate session or something, they're explaining a new rollout, and for whatever reason, I'm not able to make it. I'm not able to get to that training. That's very few times, because oftentimes I'm the one delivering training, but in the times where I'm not, and I ask a question, I bring it up and say, if we're looking for a particular metric or looking for, turnover, or how do we calculate, whatever. And it's like, it was in the tool that we talked about, were you in that meeting? I was like, I may have missed that. So, but Megan, tell me specifically, what is it about that? Is that somebody leaving out the door? Is that the little emoji? What is it about that rubs you the wrong way? And my text here sometimes is a little delayed. So if I'm not talking and responding in real time, it's because of that. So let me read you something else that we learned in the session this afternoon. So this was somebody who is a She is, I guess, what's it called, a sales enabler. I think she does sales coaching and training for a sales organization. The thing that she does not like, the thing that she really hates about the work that she does is when people don't see the value of what I am doing in the sales enabling work that she does and not getting recognition. We parked there for a little bit. If anybody was in the room in Clubhouse, we spent quite a bit of time. We were there for an hour. We probably spent about 25 minutes talking about this particular one because recognition, getting credit is huge, right? If anybody follows Gallup, Gallup has a report I think it was for 2020 where it says 85%, I think it was just Americans, 85% of Americans in the workforce are not engaged. Not engaged. And engagement leads to a lot of, positive performance, deepen in culture, communications, a lot of good things from engagement, 85%. And part of engagement, they have this Q12, a lot of different things, metrics for how do you track engagement. One of the biggest things is recognition. And so she was sharing that, oftentimes other folks would either take credit for some of the work that she had done or simply fail to give her credit for the work that she's done. And it's not that she's looking for a pat on the back every single time, for the work that she's supposed to be doing, but it starts to kind of eat at you and get at you when there is not a recognition for the work that you're doing and how you're contributing to the organization. And so we talked about that and talked about, what are some ways that, recognition can be improved, or you can communicate that, hey, this is something that is missing. And we talked about arbitrary recognition as well, right? When you just say, oh, good job. It's like, does that help? Does that really help if you're saying, okay, just good job? It's like, no, one of the things that we talked about was, being able to recognize and having folks be very specific, with specificity, what is it that you did and how did that contribute to the outcome, right? For example, hey, I really appreciate how you trained those 4 new hires. And we see that translated into them getting a sale in Q1, right? So maybe in a larger organization, it's harder to get that granular. But when you give that kind of recognition that recognizes the work and the effort and how that effort impacts the outcome, we talked about that, and that's a lot more meaningful. We also talked about recognition looks different for a lot of different people, right? Some people like to be recognized publicly, right? You guys might know I'm a very upfront, out there person. And so I do not mind public recognition. I do not mind it. I will not shoo it away. But some folks absolutely abhor that, right? They would much rather be congratulated or recognized in private, right? One-on-one, in that relationship. Some folks would much rather that you send them a gift or a token that shows that you recognize them. So recognition comes in different ways. And so we talked about if there are some things that can be done, maybe some things that can be modeled in ourselves, right? As the person, what are some things that I can take ownership of, to model so that folks can see, it's like, oh, okay, that's what recognition looks like for her or for him or for that team. And then you can start modeling that. But what she does love about her role, this is the sales enabler, is that she loves seeing when she trains somebody in a role and seeing them really grow and get comfortable and become a top performer. That's what she loves about the job, right? That's what she loves, being able to see somebody going from, I don't know anything about this stuff, to becoming a top performer. That's what really excites her. Love Languages book probably reflects your desired recognition method. Yes, Love Languages is one. I think there is another tool. We use it at our job. There's actually a survey or an assessment that can be done. I'll have to find out what that is and put it in the recap tomorrow to figure out what the recognition method is for folks. They can fill something out and it'll give you a description, because I know the love languages are, quality time, words of affirmation, service, things like that. I think one of the ones that folks were a little kind of iffy on, especially in the workplace, is physical touch. Right? It's like if my if my love language or recognition language or somebody's, is physical touch, like how can we reasonably expect to be recognized in that way while still being appropriate in the workplace? So Megan, yeah, you're absolutely right. The love languages does shed some light on how folks like to be recognized. But there is a tool, I think, specifically for the workplace. Let me know. Anybody else in the comments, let me know what is something that you don't like about your work or something that you absolutely love. We can switch it over to the things that you love, and how do we maximize those. I'm going to read one more. That we learned in our class today, which was micromanaging. Whew! Micromanaging. Those leaders that got to be breathing over your neck, and he's like, well, we'll do this. No, we'll do this. We'll check in with me every 5 minutes, and elbow bump handshake post-COVID. There you go. Everybody that's really, really down your throat about the work, micromanaging. And the funny thing is, folks that micromanage, and you guys can correct me and give me a thumbs up and it's like, oh yeah, micromanaging is super annoying, or maybe you don't mind it, right? Maybe that's the kind of structure that you need. But more often than not, right, what we find is that folks that are experiencing micromanaging, folks that are behaving as a micromanager, the expectation is that, they're trying to make their associates or their employees more productive, right? I think that's the end goal. We want to make sure that the work gets done. And if I'm not out there every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every week, checking in on stuff, we don't have faith that the work is going to get done. And what we find more often than not is that it does not lead to, it is an engagement killer, because it does not lead to higher productivity or higher performance. What it leads to is disengagement, right? Disengagement. There is a place for structure. There is a place for accountability. There's a place for all this infrastructure to make sure that the work gets done from a performance standpoint. But employees, associates, workers need to feel like they are trusted to do the work, right? You hire them for a job. Let them do the job. Come on. Let them do the work. And so we found out that that is a major, major pain point for workers. So we got ATL in the building saying that I hate the lack of growth and development. I love the independence for each coworker that brings joy and happiness to each patient. Yes, so there is that interdependence. Coworkers depending on each other, and then that patient experience as a result. Yes, but the lack of growth and development. This again goes back to engagement. How engaged are you going to be in the work that you're doing? How is the work going to feel meaningful if you don't feel like there is a path of progress, right? That you're going to be going up or you're going to be developing, So Wayne, I appreciate you, man, talking about, the lack of growth and development as a big pain point. And so, and I would love to hear from the group, what are some ideas if that is a pain point that somebody's experiencing, right? I don't feel like I get growth opportunities. I don't feel like I'm being developed as an individual in this work. What are some things that we can do? If I'm experiencing that, what is something that I can do to help move the needle on changing that? I would love to hear from folks that are still on. If Megan, you're still on, if Patricia, you're still on, if Kristen, if anybody is still on here, I'm not able to see the folks that are on here with us, but what is something, and Wayne, you can answer as well. What is something that you feel that you can do if you are experiencing a lack of growth opportunity or development opportunity in your organization? Because that is big. That is one of the engagement factors of, I have an opportunity to learn and grow. Organizations that are not learning, organizations that are not growing are what? If you're not growing, what are you doing? If you're not growing, what are you doing? If you're not doing this, then what you doing? You're dying. You're dying. If you are not growing, you are dying. So organizations that are not growing, organizations that are not growing are organizations that are dying. Organizations that are not developing their people, organizations that are not growing their people are essentially killing their people, right? You're leading a workforce of a bunch of dead people walking. That's what it is. You got a whole organization full of zombies, zombie corp. That is what that organization should be called, zombie corp. If you are not developing and growing your people, you are running zombie corp because these are dead people. They're not growing, so they're dying. LinkedIn courses, he says, seek out cost-effective training online and present it to your boss or man. That is a very good ownership approach. I love this. The Meaningful Work community coming in, giving solutions, LinkedIn courses. Yes, grow yourself. Find the available resources in your particular area. So if you want to do accounting or finance or public speaking or PR or whatever the course is, basket weaving, whatever it is, you find, but you find that there are so many available courses that folks can jump into and you can develop yourself. Instead of just waiting for the organization to give it to you, you get it for yourself. Or like Patricia said, and then you present it and say, hey, these are some courses, these are some associations, these are some things that I feel would be beneficial to me, which in turn will be beneficial to the organization. If I am developed and more competent in this area, I will then be able to produce at a higher level or contribute with a broader perspective to this particular thing. So it's a win-win, right? I'm winning because I'm developed, and the organization is winning as well. What else do we say? It says try to find a silent mentor, someone you can follow online that's in the position. Ooh, dun, 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 dun. Yes, Chach. Yes, find a silent mentor. Find somebody that is in the position that you want to be and follow them. Read their book, watch their videos, listen to their posts, watch their posts. You can have somebody as a mentor and learn from them, digest, continue education. Why? You got it. You can find somebody that's already doing what you want to do and follow them, and you can develop yourself. And that is a way to be solution oriented, in that thing that is causing pain in your work. Man, we are getting some good things here. And guys, before we wrap up today, I want to play a game with you guys. We're going to play a game. We're going to get the whole late afternoon show experience with you guys today. We're going to play a game in honor of Black History Month. It's going to be a nice little cool music game. You guys are going to love it. But we got something from Kristen. She says, it's hard to answer week 3 of joining a kick-ass company and team. Amazing and learning a completely new industry, having a blast. That is awesome. I love it. If you are 3 weeks into a company and you are still having fun, it's not like they pull the wool over your eyes and then on one it's like, this is who we really are. No, if you're still 3 weeks in and it's still fun, it's still kick-ass, you're still learning an amazing industry, that is what is up. Chris and I am super excited about you. And if we can find a way to infuse that into folks that are 3 months in, 3 years in, right? 30 years in, how can folks still be super excited as if it's their first day or first week or first month? I think you're really going to get some value out of that. Books from the library. It's about that time out in Tennessee. No, I got you. So guys, I really appreciate that. If you guys want to continue this conversation, if you are on Clubhouse, we're doing it again tomorrow, 12 o'clock Pacific time, which is 3 p.m. Eastern time. Hop on Clubhouse, follow me, Mr. Meaningful Work, without the O on work, just WRK. We're going to be having that conversation and just learning from folks on what works and what doesn't work at work. So before we wrap up, we're going to play this quick little game. It is Name That Tune. Name That Tune, Black History Month edition. So what I am going to do for anybody that's still on here live with me is I am going to play the first part of a song. ILIA! What's up, girl? Thank you so much. We're staying. All right. So we are going to play Name That Tune, Black History Month edition. So these are some classics. All right. So you can either name the name of the song, or you can name the name and the artist. Just type it in the chat, the name of the song and or the artist. If you could get both, you are a beast. All right. So here we go. And we have, in the interest of time, we have six. We have six. All right. So I'm just going to play a little bit of the first part. All right. Let's go. What is that song? What is that song and who is it by? What is that song and who is it by? I'm going to play it again for you. Oh, I stopped it too late. Who can get it? Who was that artist? Hey, Kristen got it. Yes, that is Aretha Franklin. What you need? A little respect. From Memphis, baby. Yo, just a little bit. There we go. Aretha, baby. That's good. You guys did good. All right, here we go. Here is the second one. Here's the second one. Here we go. What you guys know about that? Let me start it again. Hey. Here we go. Oh, come on. You guys know that one? I'll give you a hint. It is West Coast. Here we go. I'm going to play a little bit more of it. Let's see if you guys know who this is. Just so you can tell me either the artist or Wayne, you got it. Tupac. That is Tupac Shakur. And that is, hold on, let's see where. Keep your head up, ooh, child. That is Keep Your Head Up by Tupac. That's what's up, Wayne. You got it. Here we go. All right, this is going to be easy. Come on. You know that intro. Oh, I went too far. What was that one? What is the name of the song or the artist? I'll play it again for you guys. It is disco. That is a genre. Okay. You guys know that one? There we go, Megan. Let's go, Shaka. It's all in me. There we go. That is good. All right, this is the last one. Black History Month music. Name that tune. This one is easy. Yeah, man. Let's go. Oh, no. Oh, man. I gave that one away. I was vibing. You guys know that song? I already gave you if you heard it, you already know. We'll start it. Come on. Man, I don't know when it comes in. What is the name of that song? It literally just said it right there. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yep. Bob Marley and the Wailers. Get up, stand for your right. All right. So, yeah, I think that is it, guys. I'm so I am so happy that you guys played along. But yeah, I wanted to share with you guys today what we learned in our Clubhouse conversation, and we want to, I want this to be an impactful, meaningful show, and I want to really understand the audience, understand the community. And so, Megan has been really, shout out to Megan. She sends me DMs with different grids and things because we're trying to create. You need a Black History Month playlist. Yes. She sends me, different, because we're trying to create a solution, right? We want Mr. Meaningful Work. We want the Meaningful Work platform to be something that actually creates tools and resources and kits that organizations can use or individuals can use to track meaningfulness, to help in hiring or what have you. And so as we're on that journey, we're finding best practices, understanding the audience, and so really appreciate you guys for coming along that journey with me. Thank you for sending. When you have ideas, when you say, "Hey, this is something that I thought about that I think relates to that thing you were talking about," shoot me a DM, shoot me an email. You can hit me up on my website, mrmeaningfulwork.com, just to kind of see some of the other things that we've done. And just talk with me. Send me an email, tim@mrmeaningfulwork.com, if you have ideas. And so look out. Next week, we have a phenomenal show. I'm going to be putting the question for next week's show in our recap tomorrow. Let me ask you guys something. I'm going to ask a favor of you guys, right? So for anybody that's on LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever, the way that content gets shared and kind of blasted out to a bigger market is when folks comment. So all these comments that you guys are doing right now is phenomenal. But to let folks know, hey, this is what we talked about. This is kind of the work that we're doing, in the Meaningful Work community. When I put that post out tomorrow, if I can just ask you guys for one thing, if there's something that resonates with you in what we share today, I'm going to try to recap some of the things that we learned, in today's show, and put it on the recap tomorrow. Just leave a comment. Just let me know. It's like, hey, this was really cool, or I really resonated with this, or I thought about this. That helps get it out to other folks and in other markets and in other or other audiences. So if you can do that for me when that post comes out tomorrow, comment on it, like it, share it, what have you, so that we can invite folks into this Meaningful Work community. So I will definitely do that. Send you what? Send you the playlist, or send you the recap. You let me know what you want me to send you, and we'll get that over to you. So guys, I normally try to keep this at 30 minutes, but we were vibing today. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me on the late afternoon show. We are going to play our jam to vibe out. If you guys want to hang out, dance in your seat, dance in your room, dance wherever you are in your office. That was the one, but this is our I will send you the post recap tomorrow. Don't you worry. So guys, thank you so much. If you're with us, we're just going to jam out to the late afternoon show theme song, Vibrations. Join us next week, next Tuesday, same time, same channel. Hey. Over here, folks are emailing me while I'm trying to vibe. Who is emailing me while I'm trying to vibe? Hey. I got to make you mine. Guys, check us out. If you have any ideas, if you have any feedback, hey, Tim, keep doing this, or Tim, stop doing this particular thing, or I have an idea for this particular thing. I'm open to feedback, guys. I crave your feedback, so let me know. Let's vibe. Me. Hey. Thanks for joining us today, Kristen. Thank you for joining us, Megan. Thank you for joining us, Patricia. Thank you for joining us, Wayne. Thank you, everybody that came through. Thank you for joining us, Lydia. Thank you, everybody that came through today. Thank you for joining us, ILIA. I'm just going through here. All the folks who are vibing with us today. I really appreciate you. I love you. And I can't wait to see you again. Hey. Thank you, Christine, for joining us. I appreciate you. Hey, hey. I got to make you mine. Party in the shed. Party in the shed. Hey. Vibrations. Hey. Guys, this artist's name is Tuxedo. So if you're looking for where this vibe is coming from, check it out on Spotify, Tuxedo. They have like 3 or 4 albums, just some really cool vibes. Now, if you know any DJ, you know they're not supposed to play the entire song. So I'm already failing as a DJ, but I love this jam. Electric magnetism in the air, out of nowhere. Time ago, good vibrations. Hey, oh baby. Make sure you check out the recap if you did not join the show. Check out the recap. It's going to be on my website. It's going to be on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Vibrations, it's a vibe. Vibrations. Hey. And we out. And we out. It's a late afternoon show. Episode 4. See. Huh? I do have the charger. It's time for piano practice. All right. The boy says time for piano practice. We got to go. Bye.